shoot a wedding with us. What's up? My name is Laura here with Plan with Laura, and I am just getting back from being in North Carolina to shoot Tony and Miles's incredible wedding. John Michael and I were so thankful to be able to be a part of the wedding and just had such a phenomenal time. Tony and Miles let us be really, really creative. Just being a part of anybody's special day is truly an honor, and being able to help bring this wedding to life, truly, there's just no words for it. So in today's video, I'm gonna be showing you what it was like to create in real time at Tony's wedding. We're gonna do a recap of the wedding, what we did in terms of wedding content creation, some of the results that we had on more of the content side, and really what it means to like not just show up and like be a content creator, but work on the social strategy and work on the content production. Wait, just look how incredible this view is. For the wedding weekend, we flew into North Carolina. This bathroom in our hotel, I'm obsessed with. I am saving this as inspo for if we ever own our own house. John Michael's actually from the North Carolina area, so it's really nice that we actually got to stop along the way and see some friends and family while we were there, which was really, really special. But obviously most of our focus was going to be on Tony and Miles. We'd like to get into a wedding at least one day in advance. I never want to worry about train or plane problems. I want to be able to make sure that I can set up, to make sure that I have all of my gear. Listen, I'll say it before, I've left gear back at home, and so by getting there a day early, it lets me go through everything, lets me see everything, and if I like need to buy something, we can buy it and make sure that we have it ready for the wedding. When it comes to wedding day, like everything has to be dialed in, everything has to be locked in. So it's Friday. We are here to shoot a Friday, Saturday, and Sunday wedding for Tony and Miles here in North Carolina. We have John Michael here. It's his first weekend officially being a second shooter. Y'all know I've been in the online space since 2019, and honestly, John Michael has been shooting my content since 2019. He knows what he's doing. We are going, what, in an hour?
In an hour.
In an hour. So we're doing our final test run of sound and all of the fun things.
Tech support.
That is tech support, aka John Michael, aka everything. And
that's very sweet of you. I sit down here underneath the desk.
Yeah.
Just in case anything goes wrong.
Now, having shot like so many weddings, I'm realizing the importance of second shooting, and I'm realizing the importance of how that like leads into storytelling and what that looks like. So in my newest packages, which we just released, 2024 packaging, we're including second shooting because I think at the end of the day, I love being a storyteller. I love telling the stories. My hope is that in any photo or video that I deliver, it takes you back to that moment. It takes you back to being in your wedding, and you feel all the emotions that you felt when it was happening. Since this is going to be a full offering in 2024, and there are a couple of weddings that John Michael's able to make this year that we're going to be utilizing him as a second shooter, really kind of figure out how like we want to work together. And then I am in the process of hiring. Most of the couples that I shoot actually don't have an online social media presence, and they just really want all these like kind of behind the scenes photos and videos. Tony and Miles, however, do have an online presence, live posting on their TikTok account as well as their Instagram account. We are going to be doing story takeovers. We are going to be answering questions. We are really going to help build a viral moment around their wedding. The person in me who loves social media strategy, who loves all of the things that come around with that, I'm just really excited. It was a very small and intimate rehearsal dinner. I really like when we're able to shoot multiple days of a wedding. Obviously, number one, we get to spend more time with the couple. We get to see them. We get to be a part of their day. But number two, we also get to work more with their media team. So when we are coming in for event content creation, we are there to be an addition to your media team. So we're working in tandem with your photographers, your videographers, anybody else who may be a part of the wedding who's helping you. We're also going to be working directly a lot with your vendors or your coordinator that you're having. So this, again, getting there early lets us like start to do that before the actual wedding day. So we got to go in. They had a black tie rehearsal dinner. It was intimate, but it was also like colorful and beautiful and in very Tony and Miles fashion. They're people who care a lot about the details, and so they had a steel pan drummer. They had these like beautifully colored yellows and blues and pinks, like in terms terms of flowers. They had a cake, which they had leftovers of this cake, and they let us take some home, which was delicious. They just celebrated being there with their people. Like I said, it was an intimate rehearsal dinner. They had a DJ who was actually playing throughout, and you could tell at first the DJ was playing like very classic, like, you know, you're eating dinner, and Tony and Miles were like, no, we want to have fun, we want to turn up, like, we want to be how we are when we're with our friends. And they changed the music, everyone was singing and dancing. So they had the more formal rehearsal dinner, and then they had a more casual, just a place for people to get in if they came in early. They had pizza, they had beer, and they went to a bowling alley, and that in itself was so fun. Just a place for people to congregate, a place for people to say hi if they came in, if they were here like earlier. This is going to be a fun weekend. This is going to be a weekend focused on family, and this is going to be a weekend focused on spending time with one. Night one, how you feeling?
Feeling good. We got a little late night snack, some more editing to do.
My favorite is at the end of the night if they have extra food. Sometimes they will give it to the vendors. Finally back to our hotel after night one. It is your first official time shooting wedding. You've helped me edit. Obviously a very big part of the business. How does it feel?
Yeah, it feels great. I shoot a lot of Lauren's content, and so this is great preparation. I think a lot of what I do is supporting though, like you're taking shots in one area of the room, I'm capturing something else, so it's really fun. I get to like exercise my creative muscle as well.
Take some takeout, and we're gonna put on pajamas, and we are gonna edit, and we have an early morning tomorrow. It is Saturday morning, and we are going through and looking at a finalized timeline. We're also going through and making our own notes. When it comes to technology and like what we bring, God, we bring a lot. There is at least 2 gimbals that we bring. We bring about 3 to 4 phones. Each of them have different settings, because like with a camera, you're adjusting like ISO, and you're adjusting like your colors, and you're adjusting like all your manual settings in real time, and phones are just different. Light attachments that go with our gimbals that we can use.
Shooting high quality video and photos and thousands of clips takes so much battery.
Yeah, we have got so many battery packs.
I think we have
battery
10
packs
battery
all
banks
back
at home.
Well, not even to like come this weekend.
Yeah,
you
we
know?
took 4.
Yeah,
We brought 4, so each of us has 2.
And then we're whatever one we're not using, it's like we're charging. It's also so funny because we are getting ready like first thing in the morning, like it's 8 o'clock in the morning. The wedding day, we started bright and early. You have to get started really early in the morning. So I always tell my clients when I work with them, you need to think through like what exactly you want, the hours that we show up, and like what that looks like for your package, like taking all of that information into account. We started at 9 a.m. John Michael went and started doing establishing shots throughout the hotel that they were getting ready in, and then he actually went over to the venue and started getting establishing shots there. This also allows us to like do some of those transformational videos for your venue and what that looks like. And then he actually went over to the groom's getting ready area. They had hired a barber to do everybody's hair, and they were just like immediately from the beginning starting to have fun. So John Michael hung out with them. We spent the morning getting ready. Then they actually had bridal suites that were not just like in the suite that they got ready at the hotel, they had one on site. So then we went from the one at the hotel to the one on site, and there is where everything started to get really real. So over there everyone wore their robes and things like that, but that's when we saw Tony's dress for the first time. She actually had a custom dress made and flew the designer in from London, so the dress designer actually put the dress on her herself, which was incredible. So then we started and we went through and we did portraits, and we got to see everyone in their dress for the first time, and there was lots of tears, but there was also laughter. Then is like when it gets to the busy part. So like in the beginning of a morning at a wedding, you're like chill, it's easy, it's fun, it's relaxing, you're hanging out, you're talking, and then it's like boom, put the dress on, boom, 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 getting ready for the ceremony. So the ceremony space was going on. Miles really wanted the NBA like walkout video, so we had to make sure that we went over and we filmed that for him, which we did. They opted not to do a first look or anything like that, but they did do a first prayer, which was very emotional and very intimate. So they closed their eyes and then had a first prayer together. Then it came time for the ceremony. We actually live streamed the ceremony, so I was the one live streaming her ceremony, which again was a beautiful thing to have John Michael there as a second shooter, because then he was able to actually get content when it came down to the ceremony. And then from ceremony we went into cocktail hour, reception, and it was just so much fun. Now, during all of this, we are actively creating in real time. There were lots of transformation videos in particular that she wanted to do. And because we were also doing an Instagram takeover, one of the number one questions I get asked by my couples is like, oh, please don't post my wedding dress till like my partner sees me. And like, duh, like we're not gonna do that. We're not gonna, you know, like post something that you were not ready to have posted. So we had drafted up a lot of that content. So immediately after the ceremony, we could start posting that in real time. We are headed to day 3 of shooting here for Miles and Tony's wedding. How are you feeling on day 3?
Oh, I think it's majestic.
I know.
It's really good. I feel great. We had a long day yesterday, started coverage at 9 a.m. Went all the way through to the night. We were doing editing, so feeling great. Nothing a little coffee can't fix.
I know, so we're gonna go to a local coffee shop here. This is actually John Michael's hometown where he grew up, and today is Mother's Day, so we are gonna go see his mom. We need to call my mother in the car.
On the road this time though to the airport. We're headed home.
Headed home. I cannot believe it. 3 days of coverage. We're exhausted.
Yeah, just tired, but listen, 3 days of amazing events to cover, which is just so fun.
Today was the Sunglasses and Advil brunch, which I think was so fun to kind of have two, like, definitely more formal, like the rehearsal dinner was black tie, and then obviously the wedding, like, was this next celebration. So to have something that was just like, come, Sunglasses and Advil, let's eat good food, let's have a good time, let's really kind of end this weekend on such a high note.
Yeah, the bride and groom had made a shirt and it really felt like strong, loving family reunion energy on Mother's Day, which I thought was just such a nice touch.
Hey y'all, I'm Laura.
And I'm John Michael.
And if you have liked Tony's content this weekend, it's because we have been producing it. Thank you, Tony, for having us.
Thank you, you guys. Lauren, John, the best team in the entire world. Get them, they made my life easy. As an influencer, I could never do what they did for me. So please, please, please check out the content, enjoy it, and make sure you follow. Okay, bye.
Bye. Now, Tony's and Miles had a social media presence before we went into their wedding, and so obviously social was something that was super important to them. But I think really what we did kind of encapsulates what I think the beauty of wedding content creation is, the ability to begin to start reliving your wedding, you know, moments after it happens. I think one of my favorite things when we go to weddings all the time is that we'll just be sitting there and there will be people who are watching the Instagram stories. There'll be people who are watching the real-time posting and saying like, oh, how beautiful was that? Or how incredible that we're able to be seeing some of these behind the scenes moments in real time. Not only were we able to make some content for Tony and Miles on their wedding day, we also had the ability to go ahead and make some content for their vendors as well. And most importantly, we had fun. We had a lot of fun. Right after that wedding, I hopped in, well, I took a plane and then I took a car and a ferry to end up here. Martha's Vineyard to speak at a wedding conference all about the importance of social media in the wedding industry. And honestly, I think Tony and Miles' wedding was such a perfect case study in like the virality and the importance of social media. Now, when I say viral, everyone starts thinking about different things. And I think it's really important here to mention that viral means different things for different people. For some people, viral means the amount of views that they get. And viral to one person may be 200 views, and viral to another person may be 200,000 views or 2 million views. For some people, viral means how many followers they gain, and for others, viral means how many direct sales come from what they're producing. So I think that's really important, but I actually was able to talk about Tony and Miles' wedding at the conference. Listen, I'm not gonna bore you with all the stats and things like that, unless you want me to. Let me know if you wanna know all that info. During that weekend, a lot of the impact, we had over 6 videos that hit over 1 million. And honestly, that wasn't just by chance. There was a lot of social strategy and a lot of planning that went into Tony's and Miles' day to help make sure that this happens. And this is something that John Michael and I worked on very strategically, something that we took into account when we were doing all of the posting, and something that was at the forefront and how we were capturing, creating, and uploading all of the content. Why I think content creation is sometimes too simple of a word to describe what we're doing, because yes, we're there to capture the content. Yes, we're there to capture all your memories, but we're also live editing, and there's also an element of social strategy that goes into what we're doing. While yes, we were able to make Tony and Miles' wedding go viral, one thing that's really important to us is that while we get to shoot and be a part of a lot of weddings every single year, we know that for our couples, this may be their only wedding if they want it to be. And so we want to make sure that that time, attention, that love, that detail that we're putting in, no matter the size of the wedding, no matter where the wedding is, no matter whether you want it to be shared in real time or not, that level of planning, that level of detail, that level of care goes into every single one of the weddings that we shoot. It's something that's really important and really foundational to our business. I say it all the time, I have the best job in the world, and I'm so happy that we were able to bring you guys on to see a little bit behind the scenes of what that looked like. Let me know if you have any questions or if there's anything that you want to see more of. We are currently booking 2024 and 2025 weddings as well. So if you have more questions, if you want to learn more, all of that good info, you can find it down in the description down below. But I'm here, I'm at the beach, and I'm ready to enjoy the beach. So I will see you guys here in my next video. Bye, y'all.